So directly, as you can see, directly from where we just were, we have another one, and it's called Mauritshuis. It's basically an art gallery. It's actually a famous one. It has multiple levels. A lot of people like it. It even goes under the water, I think. Actually, you know what the worst part is? I've never ever been in there. So I always heard stories that, yeah, you should, it's definitely worth it. No clue. I know it's there, but you know, I never took actually the time to go in. Maybe one day I will. So in front of the museum they actually had a picture of that they have the painting here from Vermeer, the girl with the pearl earring. I'm not sure if it is here, but if it is, then you know, it's such a super famous painting. Then yeah, no wonder that a lot of people want to see it. So also just outside of the museum and the government building, look at this. So let's have a walk around it and I'll show you, because it's actually makes for a really nice picture. So yeah, have a look at that. I really like this, you know. I personally always love this building. Yeah, sure, it's huge and you know, so it has something, right? I mean, definitely with the pond here, nice reflection that you get now. I mean, yeah, they maybe should one day make a painting out of this. So yeah, let's continue, and I think the next stop is actually a very old palace which is not in use anymore. I think I remember where it is, so let's just follow the road and it will bring us there. And then of course at every government building, or at least something like of this magnitude, you need to show the flags of all the provinces. Now there are 13 flags here, while the Netherlands has 12 provinces. But of course one of those flags is specifically for the city of The Hague, and that's the one all the way in the back. That's the green and yellow one, if you guys can see it. So see at least a little bit of knowledge about the Netherlands, that we have 12 provinces. But still, I was on my way to the palace, but you know how it works. Sometimes I see something and I just want to record it. So as you can probably already tell, right? I mean, the streets are less crowded here and a lot wider, which makes it a lot easier to cross without being driven over by a car or anything like that. There's a tram coming, but I think it should stop. Yes, it does. Also would have been as flat as a pancake. All right. And there we have it, just in the middle of a normal street with shops here and there. We have actually the palace, and this palace is called Paleis Noordeinde, which is actually translated to the Palace of North End, which is, you know, it's still in use, but just in a little bit of a different way. It's an official workplace for the current king of the Netherlands, King Willem-Alexander. He's still working in here daily. I don't know if he works daily, but you know, and it was actually built in 1533, I believe, and it used to be a farm. Well, but of course that's, you know, nearly 500 years ago. But yeah, so this is one of them, and like I said, it's only been used now as a work location. He doesn't live here, the king doesn't live here, nor I think they used to, but that is so many years ago. I mean, geez. So yeah, it looks quite empty. There's no guards, nothing, so he's probably not around. I think if he was, then we would have probably seen a very expensive car and a lot of guards running around. Although I must admit that, you know, as a king you always have some sort of like status about yourself, or he seems to be rather down to earth, and you know, he's more as a normal person. That sounds very strange, I know, but you know, he's not so much different. Sure, he's a king and a monarchy and all that stuff, but you know, I think he's the kind of guy that if you just, you know, that you can have a drink with. Maybe I'm totally wrong though, maybe it's just his, you know, marketing. So yeah, let's go, let's continue. So this street is actually rather quiet, as you can see. However, this is a street with very expensive shops. Remember that the shops in Prague, that one street with like Dior and Tommy Hilfiger and Rolex? Well, this is something like that. I mean, there are some really expensive shops, maybe not a Tommy Hilfiger. Maybe it is though, but let's see. So if you have money, you're probably gonna do some shopping in here. I mean, if you have a special store for bags, then probably, yeah. Now, the other shops are just a little bit further down the road, and then it will be, of course, crowded. Even though it's Thursday, it will be super crowded nonetheless. So yeah, I just want to quickly show you guys this. If a store shows this thing in front of their window or on top of the building, it means that the monarchy, so the king or their family, sometimes shops here. So they have to be like specified if they are allowed to shop here, yes or no, or like if they are a store that provides for the monarchy. So I think that's also a way that they can upper their prices in a way. So all the little streets as well, of course, typical Dutch. Just a very quick short note. Yes, they also do have Rolex here. I mean, it's hard to miss, right? I mean, definitely if you're in such a street, then yeah, you have your Rolex and all your other expensive stuff. Still hoping that one day I can buy a really nice watch from all the YouTube money that I'm earning. Alright, there's also a Hugo Boss store, of course. So I also want to show you this building. It's called Het Gouden Hoofd, which in English means the golden head. And it's actually a tavern, but it's a really, really old tavern because it was first ever mentioned in 1423. So can you imagine how old it is? It was fully finished in the year 1600, something like that. And it's still functional as a tavern and a restaurant. But yeah, so there you go, the oldest probably building here in the whole The Hague that is actually still functional. Yeah, let's go this way.